Among the many personality types, Sigma males are the least prevalent. It is only natural to wonder why Sigma males are in such short supply. It would appear that there ought to be a great deal more of them. The reality is that they have a lot of inconsistencies, and you will understand why this is the case as soon as you observe them. Their characteristics frequently give the impression to those who are observing them that they are at odds with one another, but in reality, this is what makes them so exceptional. However, contradictory personality traits are not very common. And the number of people who have acquired that particular form of Sig is quite limited. Sigma is a type of personality that is driven by logic and has a propensity for finding solutions to issues and a strong concentration on achieving their goals. They have an incredible ability to see into the distant future and predict with a high degree of precision what will happen. If you are a Sigma, you have probably spent a large portion of your life thinking that you are either misunderstood or strange, and if this is how you feel, you are not mistaken. Sigma male have a really uncommon personality. Because of their tendency to have a critical mindset, to be frank, and to be focused on obtaining results, which is not an ideal combination for informal conversation, many of them shun social gatherings in order to concentrate on ideas, projects, or work. They have a propensity to cultivate profound, intimate relationships with a select group of dependable people. And those buddies mean everything to them, yet those very same attributes may make the Sigma a formidable foe when combined. They have a knack for standing out in almost every context. Let's take a look at the reasons why Sigma males are so uncommon, as well as the characteristics that give others on the outside the impression that they are strange. Number 1. Receptive to new ideas while maintaining an air of reserve. You can't see any of those things, despite the fact that many of Sigma's personality qualities include an internal concentration, meaning that they digest information and ponder deeply. They don't fully share what's going through their minds in conversation. Due to the fact that they give off the impression of being unapproachable and may even be cruel on occasion, they are often considered to have one of the least sociable personalities. As a result, many people come to the conclusion that they must not be particularly open-minded. That is not the situation at all. Sigma males, on the other hand, are known for their incredibly open minds. They engage in profound contemplation over a wide range of circumstances and subjects, and they have a tendency to be open to interpreting anything. The fact that they never expose any of themselves to the outside world, however, is the primary reason for their rarity. The fact that they are willing to think about and talk about certain topics with just one other person, despite the fact that they are not the type to openly express their opinions on certain topics, is a little bit paradoxical. And also the reason why this particular personality type is so uncommon. A large number of people who are willing to listen and share their perspectives are interested in having conversations about various topics. Sigma males, on the other hand, are pleased to mew over all by themselves. The word men is used to refer to Sigma males. You won't find them discussing and gossiping about the insignificant matters that are taking place in their life very often at all. They are able to do this because, firstly, they do not place importance on trivial matters that will likely become irrelevant over the span of a day, and secondly, they appreciate the need of conserving their own vitality. And while there are only a few things that are more important to a Sigma male than his own energy, the fact that they have a tendency to be more reserved does not mean that they allow themselves to be bullied or intimidated. Number 2. Naturally gifted leaders who abhor taking charge. I suppose that hate is a bit of an overly harsh term to describe how people feel about being in a position of authority in any particular circumstance. The fact of the matter is that they are born to lead. They have all of the characteristics required to lead in a manner that is fair, just, and accurate. They simply do not wish to do so. They would much rather kick back and figure things out on their own, but because to the way others see them, they frequently find themselves in positions of authority. It's not that Sigma males wouldn't make good leaders, it's just that they lack the desire to stand up in front of people and give orders, which is why this is such a rare occurrence. Those who lead well are typically those who want to and are content with taking on responsibility as a leader. This is why this is such a rare occurrence. Contradiction in this sense is extremely unusual, but it is also quite valuable. Thus, those who possess it are likely to be some of the most effective leaders found anywhere. You can always depend on Sigma males to get the job done when it needs to be done. They have the ideal combination of self-reliance, introspection, and intelligence, which enables them to solve any issue, transform something inefficient into something efficient, and figure out any other conundrum. You should make it a point to have at least one Sigma male on your squad. You will have the self-assurance and leadership skills of an alpha guy without any of the drawbacks associated with someone who has a strong and fragile ego that requires regular validation. No matter how difficult the situation or how inconvenient it is, a Sigma male will never give up. Instead, he will keep working at something until he discovers a means to go around it or get past it entirely. They are the sorts of people that are not scared to go and do what needs to be done, since the objective, and not their image, is of the biggest importance to them. Number 3. Highly analytical yet retaining a creative imagination. Not many creative imaginative thinkers are also highly analytical or logical. Creative types tend to lean one way or the other, but that is not the case with them. This is one of the most unique talents that Sigma males possess. They each make up an equal portion of the whole. And as a result, I've developed certain hobbies and abilities that are truly one of a kind and uncommon. Because of these two qualities, they are often successful businesspeople and some of the most successful entrepreneurs. In order to produce something that is perfect in every way, you need to be able to think artistically as well as rationally, since the puzzle parts have to fit together in the proper way for it to be successful. That in itself is intriguing and distinctive. They are naturally able to strike a balance between the two, which contributes to their success in this area. However, this happens just once in a blue moon. It's not that people with other sorts of personalities can't be imaginative and analytical at the same time. It's just that they have to work much more to be one or the other. The fact that Sigma males are able to perform both equally and naturally sets them apart from those with other personality types. Number 4. I enjoy in-depth discourse, but I'm not much of a people person. This is only attributable to the fact that the most irritating thing for a Sigma male to hear is inane small conversation. They cannot stand it. You may believe that a personality type that enjoys discussing topics as much as a Sigma does would be wonderful in social settings, but in reality, Sigma males are extremely uneasy when it comes to first interacting with new people. To tell you the truth, they would much prefer have a deep and significant conversation with only one other person than they would with a large group of people while mingling and small talking. They don't have a true understanding. And this is a really uncommon characteristic. People who are skilled in the art of speaking typically also excel when it comes to interacting with others in social settings. They are able to get along with people quite well and can have a conversation with pretty much anyone about anything. This can be off-putting to other people who just don't get it, which can make social interactions unpleasant and uncomfortable for everyone involved. This is especially true for Sigma males, who have a tendency to give the impression that they are cold and calculating. Because of this, they do best in occupations that allow them to work alone and do not need them to participate in idle chatter. Because of this, they are a very enjoyable company to be in. If you're looking for someone to chat to, but they aren't exactly the most interesting person in the world. Number 5. Logical, with the exception of when considering connections. Relationships are frequently the area in which they are lacking. They are often very logical thinkers, and the basis for all of their choices is the application of this reasoning. But when it comes to their romantic relationships, they just can't manage to turn off their overthinking thoughts enough to get truly connected to the people in their lives. Because they believe that they are being misunderstood, they appear to maintain a distance from the people around them. Also, the vast majority of the time, although avoiding judgment in this manner makes perfect logical sense, doing so is detrimental to both romantic and platonic relationships. Thinking plays a very different part in the process than do emotions. And this is something that Sigma males simply despise being victorious in. Due to the fact that they utilize reason and analysis to go through their feelings, this circumstance is quite uncommon. But that's not how emotions, especially love, operate. If someone can't figure out how they feel in this way, it might drive them completely insane. And in order to avoid having to deal with it, they end up driving people away. It's a peculiar trait, not many people have it, and Sigma males have the highest prevalence of it. So, why are there so few Sigma males around? The fact that these attributes may sometimes operate against one another and sometimes even for each other at various times makes them the rarest personality type there is. This is mostly due to the fact that conflicting personality traits are often misinterpreted by the general population.
Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And do share with your friends so we may continue to create them. To see more videos like this, subscribe and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Additionally, make sure to check out our other videos. Thank you for watching.